Okay, so I'm going to start making some poached eggs. As you can see, this is a frying pan. It's a fairly deep frying pan, maybe a couple inches. I got it almost filled with water, and I'll bring that to a boil. Now I take a small saucer, and I usually wet the saucer just so that the eggs don't stick in it. And then I'll crack one egg in there. Okay, so now we've got the egg cracked into the saucer, and our water hasn't started to boil yet, so we have to wait for the water to boil. The water is just beginning to boil. As you can see, that frying pan, which is about 2 inches deep, is filled to within about a half an inch of the top. But we still need a much better boil than that. It's just barely starting to bubble. Now as the water begins to just start to bubble a little bit, I'm going to add about, maybe 1.5 teaspoons of vinegar into that water. Vinegar seems to be sort of the key for keeping the egg together while it's in the water. Okay, as you can see now, the water is starting to boil pretty good. And now I'm going to add the egg into the water. I take the saucer real close to the water and I gently pour it in. Now from this point on my stove, it takes about 3 minutes to cook the egg. Okay, so our timer is clicking away there. We're down to about 2 minutes left. I make sure that the egg isn't sticking to the bottom of the pan. Sometimes it'll just stick a little bit. I just move it around. As you can see, it's floating very nicely now. Doing its job. Now if it starts to boil a little too much, I turn it down a little bit. I've just turned it down from about a high down to about I don't know, 4, I guess, 5. As you can see, it's cooking real nicely in there. Now we're down to about 15 seconds. Okay, now it's time to remove the egg. See, it's very nicely cooked. I use a slotted spoon. I lift it up and I try to drain as much water as I can from the egg, because you don't want that getting your toast all mushy. That's it. You got a beautiful poached egg there. Now you can put that on toast or serve it just in a bowl, however you like it. Now I ask you, isn't that a beautiful sight for your breakfast? Bonnie usually has 1 egg. I like to have 2, so I'll be making mine next. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the temperature back up on the water so it's at a high again, so it starts to boil nicely for these 2. Now this time I'm making 2 poached eggs in this pan. And I'll show you how they turn out when I'm done. Now for 2 poached eggs, I still use the same 3 minutes, but I wait until both eggs are placed in the pan. Then I start my 3 minutes. Okay, our 3 minutes are up, so I'll be taking them out. Okay, there you are. Picture perfect. 2 beautifully poached eggs on 1 piece of toast, and the other toast is for dunking. And I will show you they're runny but not real runny. Of course, you can adjust this based upon the amount of time you leave it in. Okay. Enjoy!